Hello, beautiful friends. Thank you so much for being here with me again. And let's start in the same way because I want you to remember for the rest of your life, if you want to change your life, you have to change your energy. And if you want to change your energy, you need to change your thoughts. And in order to know your thoughts, you need to be aware and stop being in the automatic robotic consciousness. So what do you want to know now? These last days I've been studying about something that for quite some time I feel it's one of the things that is more, or it has been very helpful for many people. And we wonder why sometimes some people has like this very chaotic life and some others not. I spoke before about how powerful your words are, and you should never misuse your words. Like, we should reach a level where we think about something and we really stop and analyze, is this really going to benefit me? Is this really going to benefit me, or is this going to cause a big energetic wave that will hit me back? And this is where we are not even aware of. We say things and then after so many years, then suddenly something happened and we wonder why this happening to me. And if you see people who is more gossip, they are always in the middle of drama, problems, these other people talking bad about them. There's always negativity, and if you are with them for a few 5 minutes, you will always end up feeling very drawn and with very low energy. So I want to tell you about something that happened 4 days ago. I went to the laundry, and there is always a lot of people going there. It's a public laundry, and I was doing my laundry. And then next to the machine I was using, I saw a little piece of a baby cloth, and I thought it was the woman in front of me, and because she has these humongous bags of clothes. And but for this, I remember this woman was asking to her daughter to go and talk to the person in charge of the laundry. And the daughter was confused because there were 30 people there, and she was like, who is the person working here? And she responded very angry to her daughter, it's that person, that next. And I was like, oh my goodness. Well, but anyway, it's not my business. I turned away. I didn't want to give my attention to that moment and whatever. So I found the baby clothes and I asked her, is this yours? And she was, no, but thank you she was like, thank you so much for being so considerate, la 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 la. And I was, you're welcome. And then another gentleman told me, oh, I think it's from the other lady. So I went and I gave the baby clothes to the person, and she was actually the owner because she has 2 babies with her. Long story short, the woman next to me with the daughter about 10, 12 years old, dropped, it seemed like she opened this bag of candies and she dropped everything. It was a very small little balls of candies, and all the floor was really a mess. And a laundry is already, sometimes a messy place because, you drop something or whatever. So the person working there, she has to triple work trying to keep everything clean. So you will believe what is going to happen next. The person in charge of the laundry will come and she will mop and clean it up, and everything will be clean, right? So she came and she was trying to mop, and she was, excuse me. And the woman, the mom of the daughter who dropped the stuff, she was like, can you wait? can you wait? And the girl was like so in shock. I could feel she didn't even expect this woman to behave towards her, because she came to clean it up what her daughter was doing, like the candy thing. She was so in shock that she just turned and looked at me, and I was also like in shock. So we both stared at each other, and I didn't say anything. Like the woman say other thing, but I honestly was so in shock to hear the behaviors. I don't really remember. And then the woman turned to see me, like trying to get from me like an ally, like yeah, she has to wait because we're putting the stuff in the machines. And I just turned back and I pretend I was doing whatever. And then I see the girl from the laundry very frustrated. She hold her breath and she step away. And then this woman, after she saw the lady step away, leaving her doing whatever because she wanted to do it, even the floor was very dirty and dangerous for people crossing by, she started to say very bad things. We're spending money here, la 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 la, we're the customers, da 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 da. And I was like, oh my God, this is not really happening. So, after, I'm not saying I'm perfect, for sure, I have also my flaws, but after studying some years, I can notice when I am doing something that is not beneficial for me, or I can notice the energy of other people. And in you, if you start to study and really dedicating a time to yourself and your life, you will notice when these kind of things come out. And this woman had clearly this energy of chaos, drama, and I could sense when she told me, thank you for being considerate. She's expecting people to be considerate to her. She wants consideration to her. She believes she deserves it, but she doesn't give it. So she demands attacking people. You see? So this woman wanted to have consideration, but because she doesn't have consideration, she attacked people asking and demanding consideration. But things don't work like that. You have to give consideration before to demand from other people, because when you really give consideration to others, the universe itself will send things, people, and circumstances where everything will have consideration. The universe will say, I hear you, and give you consideration. So she attacked this woman from the laundry because according to her, she was not considerate. But she was not considerate to her own daughter. She was not considerate to the other customers. She was saying, I'm paying to be here. But meanwhile, she didn't care if somebody fall, because it's also like elder people there. And if they walk on the candies, they can fall down. And even like, God knows what, God forbid, broke a bone or whatever, because elder people is more vulnerable. So she has no consideration. And this is the topic of today. Where in your life we don't have consideration, because going to church and like, yeah, God, I love you, this is not enough. What we do when we step out from the place of worship, you go, or like your studies about wisdom or whatever, is not what we do when we are in church or whatever other circumstances. Is what we do when we are out. So the universe is always giving us back what we are putting out. And the very same thing we demand from others is the very same things we do to others. So that was one of the examples, but let's say somebody who talk bad about others. I know a few people who is the only topic they talk is talking bad about others. And the funny thing is, They are always saying how others talk bad about them, and they feel so offended because other people talk bad about them. I know some people that they lie a lot, and then they get very offended when somebody lied to them, like, why you lied to me, why you didn't tell me the truth? But they are putting that energy outside, so the universe is reflecting them back what they are giving. So why I'm saying this is not to judge that people and say, yeah, they're wrong, is to see where we do things that bother us, the very same thing we don't want others to do it, we should not do it. Now, sometimes it's not so clearly, because in this case it seems like she reached a level where things are very, very clear. It's like everything is hitting back to her in a very clear vision, but sometimes it's not so clear. So let's say an example. I know a woman who, she was living with 3 roommates, and one of the roommates was very dirty, very, she left the dishes on the sink for months, and she was very mad. And she was saying to her spiritual teacher what was happening, and then she asked her, what's the feeling you feel? And she was like, well, I feel they have no consideration. And she was like, you are considerate? Yeah, for sure, I always clean up. Maybe this person is cleaning up their dishes, but now she has to think where in your life, what other areas in your life you are doing the same, where you're not being considerate. And this person pause and say, it's true, I don't have consideration with the people in the street. I always want to cross first. I want people to move out when I'm walking. And because this person is, a kind of a dance student, she was able to overcome that. And after that, things change, but she has to change first, and she has to intentionally go outside and know people will want to cross, and I'm not going to cross first. I will allow them to cross. She did it, and even it was very uncomfortable, but in the moment she did it with a higher consciousness, the energy she was sending outside was in that very moment coming back to her. More consideration, more and different and better circumstances. And yeah, sooner or later, she was living in a very different place, in more harmonious environment. So we have to think what areas in our life we do think that trigger us, because the people who trigger us is not, I know we want to blame them, but they are only a messenger that is saying to you, hey, you are doing this in some area in your life. This is a very tough question, because we really have to think where in my life I'm doing the same. And it's very tough, because we never want to take responsibility. We want to blame others, make them guilty, and I want that person to change, that person never changed, and then we are in battle, we're in war, because that circumstance is happening with different places, different faces, different people, but same circumstances, because we don't change. And this is the reality where you need to change, and this is the why. You are not changing to please others, you are changing to produce a different energy that will attract to you more harmonious circumstances. What feels better? You always need to think what feels better, because getting angry, fighting with someone, it's just giving you this like a instant rush of energy that then sooner or later will boom, drop and make you feel worse than before. It's just like a drug. It's just like a shot of sugar, like you feel good at the moment, but then very down. What is the thing that is going to give you a long-term fulfillment, long-term happiness? Is easy? No, it's not easy, because I also have to make an effort myself, but it's not impossible. And It's not easy in the very beginning, but when you create a habit and you overcome it, wow, it's such a beautiful energy. It's like a release of energy, and you feel more light, more happy, more content, more free. What feels better? Freedom or bondage of being a prisoner in your own jail? Because nobody is doing anything to us. We're putting some type of energy that is coming back to us. And now remember, every case has to be analyzed and studied very, very deeply, because every single person in this planet Earth has something different to learn. So I have to stop right now because it's 16 minutes and I have to keep it short, but if I just keep talking, I will be just talking and talking. I want to really share this because my intention to you is that you find happiness and peace, mental peace, but real peace. The peace that will make you feel good forever, not just an instant happiness when you attack other person. So I hope this is helpful. Don't try to do it in the moment because this takes some practice. Do it little by little. When you remember, like, try to make an effort to do it, and you will see how the universe, God, or whatever you want to believe in, is going to bring fulfillment, lot of blessings to your life, because you are doing a little effort to be in a higher state of consciousness. So I hope you like it, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope this brings you more happiness in your life. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.